I really can't imagine the difficulty being a young person today. I mean, you were drowning in a sea of information, but yet at the same time, you're starved for truth and knowledge. Have you ever considered how hard it is to be a young person in today's information age? You know, the information age, often referred to as the digital age, is a period in human history where the creation, distribution, and manipulation of information is a significant economic, political, and cultural activity. It has brought many opportunities to young people. From the palm of their hands, they can access almost infinite amount of information, connect with people across the globe, and explore new ideas and perspectives. But this digital sword cuts both ways. I mean, with such a flood of information, how can it not be so easy to wind up feeling overwhelmed? That line between truth and falsehood, it can blur, making tough to discern factual information from misleading narratives. Now, this is not just about fake news, but also about the sheer volume of data to process and understand. So it's clear that the information age presents both opportunities and challenges for today's youth. So how does this compare to experiences of young people in previous eras? I mean, we'll take a little journey here through time and we'll kind of see how it's changed. In the agricultural era, the dawn of civilization was simple but not easy. Young people, they were primarily tasked with learning the ways of the land. Knowledge was passed down from generation to generation. Through stories and hands-on experience, the struggle for truth and knowledge was a tangible, physical one tied directly to your survival. Fast forward to the industrial age, a period of great change and innovation. Young people were thrust into a world of machines and factories. They had to quickly adapt to new technologies and ways of working. The struggle for truth and knowledge shifted. It became about understanding and mastering the systems and machines that were reshaping society. But then the journey doesn't end there. We enter the information age, our current era, where young people are bombarded by a constant stream of information from every direction. The struggle for truth and knowledge has evolved yet again. It's no longer just about learning how to do things or understanding systems. It's about discerning fact from fiction, navigating the vast seas of information and finding reliable sources amidst all the noise. The information age presents its own unique set of challenges. There's the paradox of choice. With so much information readily available, making decisions can become overwhelming. Then there's the issue of information overload, where the sheer volume of information can lead to confusion, stress, fatigue, and let's not forget the challenge of misinformation, where false or misleading information can easily spread and cause harm. Yet the information age also presents unprecedented opportunities. Young people today have access to a wealth of knowledge at their fingertips. They can learn about virtually anything, connect with people from around the world, and have their voices heard like never before. And indeed, in each era has its own unique challenges and opportunities, but the information age, with its rapid pace and overwhelming volume of information, presents unique difficulties in the pursuit of truth and knowledge. So how can young people navigate this sea of information and come out with the truth? This is the question many of us grapple with every day. I mean, this answer lies in a combination of strategies and skills aimed at distinguishing fact from fiction. Firstly, let's talk about the cornerstone of truth-seeking, critical thinking. It's not about taking every piece of information at face value by questioning its credibility. It's about asking the right questions. Where is this information coming from? What's the intention behind it? And are there any biases that might be coloring the narrative? Now, in a world where information is as abundant as water, critical thinking is the life jacket that keeps us from drowning. I mean, next up is a skill that goes hand in hand with critical thinking, verifying sources. In the age of Photoshop and deepfakes, it's all too easy to fall for misinformation. But by cross-checking information against reliable sources, we can separate the wheat from the chaff. Don't just rely on a single source, but cross-reference it with others. And remember, just because something is popular doesn't automatically make it accurate. And thirdly, seeking diverse perspectives is key. If we only listen to voices that echo our own thoughts, we end up in an echo chamber, limiting our understanding of the world. By seeking out different viewpoints, we enrich our knowledge and broaden our horizons. It's like getting a panoramic view of the landscape rather than just one narrow snapshot. Education plays a vital role in fostering these skills. It's not just about stuffing our minds with facts and teaching us to navigate the complex world of information. Schools and universities have a responsibility to equip students with the tools they need to sift through the information and discern fact from fiction. With the right tools and skills, young people can turn the challenges of the information age into opportunities for growth and learning. So dive into that sea of information, not with fear, but with curiosity and a keen mind, ready to seek out the truth in every corner. So what have you learned that you can take away with you today about the challenges that young people face in this information age? We looked into the paradox of the information era, a time when young people have access to the unprecedented amount of information and yet struggle to find truth and knowledge. We've seen that this digital age is indeed a double-edged sword. On one hand, it provides boundless opportunities for learning and connection, and on the other, it presents a maze of misinformation, making it increasingly difficult to discern fact from fiction. We contrasted with previous eras where information was scarce and typically controlled by gatekeepers. Today, the floodgates have opened, and we're all swimming, or perhaps even drowning, in this sea of information. The challenge now is not finding information, but rather sifting through it, verifying it, and making sense of it. We've also explored the strategies to navigate this information deluge. We discussed the importance of critical thinking, fact-checking, and the healthy dose of skepticism. We talked about the significance of seeking out diverse sources of information and the value of learning to ask the right questions. These are all tools to help young people in their pursuit of truth in the information age. The struggle for truth and knowledge in the information age is real. It's not enough to simply consume information. One must learn to scrutinize it, to question it, to understand its context. This is no easy task, but it is an essential one. So while it may be challenging to a young person in this age of information, it is not insurmountable. With the right tools and strategies, youth can not only navigate the sea, but also harness its power for good. In a world overflowing with information, the pursuit of truth and knowledge remains a worthy and essential endeavor for today's youth. I hope there was something you could take away from today. And so for now, this is Drac saying so long, farewell, sayonara, have a good day, and peace out, everybody.